Only for the skinny sound.
But this is the
what church?
we saw this is smaller doors. It was used for the looks like a Behringer piece.
It is. It's in a Behringer PMX 2000. With also some Behringer speakers.
Yeah.
Eric's favorite.
Yes, I love Behringer.
That's all he sells.
And then we run that from up here. So it's kind of what we use this system for. Was very, very little, but we got it when we need it for like a men's breakfast or something like that. It's real easy to use, so
Yeah.
not too complicated, and everybody pretty much knows how to run it. So
And you use every speaker for service, right?
yeah, absolutely. Blare it out in the youth room. No, that's storage with some style. That's just the speakers that are down here on the floor that have the tops mounted up there. Those are the powered speakers for the Yorkvilles that we have, and then the ones that are sitting back there by the cross, those are the non-powered ones, and then the old speakers from our old system are just sitting there, just as some decoration there. So yeah.
Man, Craigslist those bad boys. This is
It's just a little monitor board. This was a temporary or a portable system that we bought from somebody who had been running sound for a long time for us, and like whenever we would go over to the like for Summerfest here in Ankeny, they have the band shell, and we would always use his system. It's been his personal stuff, but he came into a situation where he needed to really get rid of some of his stuff and make some money off of it. So our church ended up buying it, and we use it for our youth group right now because it's just way better than the old system that we had. This is just the monitor board for it. There's a bunch more equipment that we have stored over here in our music suite in the other building, but he just kind of set this up just for what we just need for our youth group. So, but it's just a ton better than what we had, and like I said, it's just running off the powered speakers off the floor here, and we've got some powered monitors that we set up for everybody. So pretty simple. And then I built a cabinet and put a rack in here too, so we could add more stuff into it if we wanted to. But pretty good building stuff.
Yeah. So this just folds up on.
Yeah, it's just my little rigging attempt to fold it up, and then I put the little lock clasps on there so that, because this is a kids building too, so there's all kinds of people in here that
Mess with it.
hey, what's this do, you know? So it's just off the piano hinge there. So
Let's take a picture of that with it.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Some ideas.
Portable. Yeah.
Nice.
So. And then Luana is done at like 6:30, and our youth group starts at 6:30. So we take a good 15 minutes just to get everything up there. The band gets up on stage right away, and we wheel this thing out and we push it against the wall kind of thing. Got a 100-foot snake, runs up here on the stage, and everything plugs into that. And so when we first started, we had really just really awful instruments for our band. And we started upgrading. I think this was the first thing that we bought for our band was a new bass, because the old one was just awful. It was we were like putting cardboard underneath one of the strings there to get it up off the frets because it was just ringing so bad. So we bought this the drum kit back here. We had like one that was just barely holding together. It was all duct taped together and stuff like that. So we purchased this this drum kit that was half off over at Remint's one night, and it's quite a bit better than our old drum kit.
no.
And our keyboard's not in here right now, but we did get a new keyboard. That's a really nice one. Tyler, do you know what kind that is? It's a Korg, is that right?
It's like $3,000 or something.
Yeah, it was like a $2,000 or $3,000 keyboard that we were able to buy, and we just got a new Fender Strat too for our guitar player. So we were able to just kind of keep on pouring into the upgrading of the equipment, and obviously the lights up here are still bad. So we were looking at the last one that we just made some money on. We were thinking about putting some money into lighting up here for the stage. So this is our new auditorium, and we I think we spent quite a bit of money putting this stuff in.
There's your juniors right there.
The ellipsoidals there? Yeah. But yeah, this system is,
750. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
You're
Chad.
fine. You're fine. Go ahead.
Could you guys find it out? Find it out. Somebody climb up there and find out.
But I know that we got the digital board here, and we put an iMac in here to run everything, and then the yes,
Excuse me. Sorry
iMac,
about that.
You're welcome. And then our lighting board over there and everything like that. Yeah, I know we're running Avions for in-ear monitors and stuff like that. We got that electric drum kit up there. The keyboard from hell that nobody knows how to run. You guys can't see it unless you're over here, but there's a one-touch on and off button that cycles everything up in here. Back there, we made it kind of like, so you turn that one on, it turns everything on in sequence. Yep. And
I'll move.
Right now, here is all the know what you
yeah,
don't.
this one is just so finicky. I don't know why, but we never turn this thing off.
Okay. Yeah. Did you buy
It just gets real temperamental.
Did you
I don't want to hassle with it on a Sunday morning. So.
So you're gonna play with it for a while.
And I'm trying to get this thing replaced here. I want to get just a Boss MP3 recorder type thing, because right now we're recording. They wanted to at one time we had a guy that was really big into music, and he was one that really helped us
I have one, but it's
get all
just
this
kind of
stuff,
the middle
the good
range.
stuff in here that we have. But
Not the lowest one, but
you know, wanted to record everything to an audio disc so it was uncompressed and everything like that, but we don't really record our band that often and use the music. We just usually could put the sermon online, and that's all we needed for.
Yeah.
So we just really need an MP3 is all we needed. So
Doesn't Yamaha, can't you record to a USB now?
LS9.
Oh, just the LS9? Oh, okay.
but I didn't turn this one on here, but we do have another projector for this back screen here too, and then this is what the splitter does. It just, you know, pushes it from one setting to another. So
so you can switch between sources to full
yeah. So we go from like the computer to the DVD to anything else that we plug in. We've got an extra VGA up here somewhere for like a laptop if we need to bring a laptop up here, somebody else's stuff. And
that is a huge
run
projector.
channel
That's
on
what
there,
size ours are behind our projection.
This for
Steve Parsons. Yep. Yep. He was the one that helped us get all this stuff in here.
So this was a Harvey's job. Back in the day? All right?
No, LT said this is
Chris Timmons. Chris Timmons was the one that brought all this in here. Yep. So.
How do you like this?
It's okay. I mean, we've got some guys that are really smart enough to figure out how to set it all up and get the settings right on it. So we haven't really.
But it is LT.
Yeah, it's an LTP project.
Changed it around a little bit every time, and that's nice to have. So it's okay. I mean, I think this is the same board, light board that you guys had over there at Heartland, wasn't it? I recognize this light board from somebody else's church that I saw. I was like, the same one we got. So
What is it?
ETC something. Smart Fit.
It's a smart fit.
Smart 1260.
Smart fit. What model number and price?
I don't know enough about all this stuff, but
Entry level.
I end up running
Entry
that
level,
thing just
okay.
about every weekend. But some of the guys that really know
looks
our
pretty.
system, they've gone through and programmed it so you can just hit the next step button, so it just keeps on going from one thing to another and changes all the
That's all the
settings.
stuff I buy, prosumer. It's easy enough for me to figure out on my own.
Yeah, that was a funny. I end up filming those, framing those up, and then drywalled over them. And then after I finished them, I put that trim on there because there used to be windows that were in the original design of the church.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people start freaking out because they couldn't control the lighting in here, and so we end up framing them. So if we ever want windows, we got them, but we got bricks on the outside, and we'd have to cut out. So,
But the windows are still there? Or the windows
they were like a. They were like a translucent type of window. They weren't like clear glass. They were
Like stained glass, maybe?
no, they
I'm
weren't
kidding.
stained. They were just like a
Just kidding.
But is the glass still there, or did you take the glass out?
He left it in there for
been a long time. I can't
resonating
remember,
effect.
I know one thing that we did wrong on this thing, and this is just phase one of this building. So when this when we build phase two over there, we actually have to take this all out and move it back. You know, probably at least a couple dozen feet. 20, 30 feet more.
Sorry.
Yeah, hey, turn that volume down, would you? But I think that when they built this, they built it too high. They do not like that. So it's the idea was that we could really be able to see over everybody standing, but it's just still too high even. So because it does sound a little bit like, I noticed that when our bass player is up there playing the bass, Up here you can barely hear it, but down there you can really hear it for whatever reason or another. Or no, it's the other way around. You can barely hear it down there.
There's a bass presence up here. So if you
get up here and it feels like it's way too loud.
If you do it, like when we did Hope,
We're getting slapped back probably.
our floor is raised a little bit, but it's all poured concrete because of that very reason.
Yeah.
Because you're on a
And
hollow floor, you're going to get
those arrays hitting up here?
higher
So you're
perception
probably
of
hearing
low
less
frequency
of those.
response because your floor is going to vibrate that you don't get when you're on the concrete.
Yeah.
So if phase 2 is like kind of the final,
Yeah, it will be.
But you're
at
getting
least
the
for
full
your space
bass
that you have
because
here,
it's going everywhere.
More concrete instead of
yeah, and then
frames.
I mean you probably only need to be up tall enough so that when people are standing, right, like you just need to be able to be ahead
just
of
over their head.
So,
Yep.
you know, if you go a foot taller, and it's probably good, assuming your audio people can stand
And the people don't walk in front of cameras.
Yeah.
Would be
This the backlighting right
camera
there.
riser.
when people raise their hands.
The coloring on our backlighting.
Sometimes it's a nice shot though.
I know,
Like,
it
I
is.
mean,
It is.
we actually utilize that.
Yeah, I know. I try to give them as many
So
as
we're
I
not-
can in a
so we're not
Baptist
looking-
church.
Yeah, we
only
had-
get like,
we had it all
10
set up
people
like
at a
this for
time.
Easter, and they were reading the
our,
scripture.
like, pastor
and it
and,
was
like,
like at
couple
the
of-
sunrise
that was
moment, and we brought that up for our sunrise while we were reading the scripture for when they were going back to the tomb. It's kind of a cool idea that somebody came up with. So
Nice.
yeah. And the presets on the wall here, like the light switches, they're actually on the wall. Tyler, would you mind hitting number 1 over there? And that just turns on all the house lights, and everything is now at control of the preset. So it doesn't matter, like if I can run things on the board and turn it on and off, but it's like, how does it work here? This has to be turned off in order for us to actually get control over it again. So it kind of messes up, but we've got a few presets over there we can use if we want,
Ours does the same
other
thing.
than just coming in here and having to turn on the
Do
light
you have a way
bulb
to
all the
lock
time.
out your remote panels?
What's that?
You able to remotely, like, or have a switch to bypass
Control those. I
Lock them out.
don't know how to work any of that stuff yet. We've got to figure that out. I know the dimmer pack for this thing is
They should
behind
be able
that wall
to,
there.
if you don't have a button system up here, that would be something you could probably do here, is get a button system here and you can program
All
a
of
button
those
on your
things.
button station to disable the other ones.
Yep.
Would be,
We just
I
have
say
an,
that because if it's ETC, which I'm assuming is what he put in, are the ETC dimmers and stuff?
It's back here. I can show
Alright,
you.
we'll
what
look
it
at
is,
it.
but yeah. So,
Yeah, it's ETC, I'm sure.
and Jason, where are you at there?
right here.
Is it transmitter?
Antenna
receiver.
receiver. Yeah. For the
Wireless mics.
It's going
For the wireless body packs.
These units here.
Or handhelds, I
It's
suppose.
It's a power and antenna distribution system, so that way you don't have to have 6 wall warts in the rack. They all power off of these,
like a combiner.
Yeah, but then it only takes the 2 antennas in and then splits the antennas across them, so that way it boosts the signal for one. And then just makes it a cleaner look on the inside of the rack as well.
How many mics can you hook into one of those antennas? Because we have one of those antennas, but we only have one mic hooked up to it. I don't have a splitter hooked up.
Well, yeah, you'd need a splitter. The splitter does, I think
6 or
these
8?
Sennheisers do 4.
4?
I think that's what.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I should probably get one of those
if you have
someday.
Shure, they do 8,
Yes.
8 to 10.
Yeah, all our stuff's Sennheiser.
Yeah, yeah, they do. It's really convenient because then you don't have all these power strips with the wall warts and everything because it splits in PA and motors and stuff. So yeah.
Are they noisy?
So,
They are a little noisy. You can hear them.
so Jeff, if not that it's an issue, but if you wanted to, you could add a button station in front of house, and then it could be programmed to operate, to have a lockout feature. So one of the buttons can be set up so that when you enable it, it would lock out, so that the other stations are no longer functional when that is active. So if you ever needed to.
I've actually never figured out how those presets on the walls even work, where they're connected to. I mean, I'm assuming it's into this. I mean, I'm back here at the lighting part, but
Is there, most of these systems there's a floppy. I'm trying to figure out if there's another, like there's software.
disc right here.
That's how you do the brain. We'll have to check with Timmons and see like what your access is to it. On all of ours we have still a floppy disk.
Yeah.
And they're in the brain, but maybe there's another brain somewhere that's like a master.
Gotcha.
Or maybe it's hiding up under. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, that may be a Timmons question.
Yeah.
But because you can certain buttons, like we have button stations that have record features, so you can set a look with your lighting console and record. You know, like basically it's just taking a snapshot of what the dimmers are doing. Okay. And you can record that into a button station. But you can do that with the software too.
Hit that one button.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, you can do that with the software.
What they're talking about?
Which unfortunately is kind of the software for.
They're talking about how to program
it's
those wall dimmer switches.
It does the job.
Like we have in the foyer.
What
are you looking at?
It's not real intuitive, but
Yeah.
it's certainly functional and does the job.
Yeah, the green room. We also use this as like, because of the size of it, we use it for rooms and stuff like that. And somebody just asked about the screen. This is the other screen that I built, and then we just wheel in like a little projector cart with the new projector and stuff like that. Hook up a laptop.
Is there a light switch up there?
You know what? I think it's for something else though. I don't know what that's.
Let's flip it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. And that mountain of equipment back there is the rest of the equipment that we bought with the Yorkville system over there. That cabinet that you're opening right there, Eric, that is our that's what's attached to the system out there. So when you push that one button, it turns on that stuff in sequence there, and then there's a couple drawers in here for our microphones that we have in here too. So these are all of our handheld mics that we use for the vocalists. And then under here is I think this is their what do they call those, the
In-ear monitor.
Yeah, in-ear monitors, and then an extra mic there too. So
cool.
So yeah, but we keep all of our supplies back in here, and so they're stored away. But so yeah, I mean when you turn that off out there, this turns off too when all that stuff goes up. So. Just got little parts.
It's completely legit, but I'm just looking at the spare drum head for an electronic drum set, and it just my brain's not putting two and two together. Like electronic drum set, new drum heads, what? I totally get it. I
totally get it.
I just saw that. Like, made me chuckle inside.
Yeah.
And now outside.
In the drum world, you're in.
Up there, up there, you can kind of see the sliders there for that. There's a little small board that we use actually. Like if we just go somewhere and we'll take one of those JBL powered monitors. If we just need like a really small portable system, we take that and one of those powered monitors,
Mackie 1604.
set it up on a stand, and get a mic and
Okay, get it down. See if you're right.
What? No, I'm right.
I go.
But I know, like in this thing is all the other effects
This
that
for
came
your
with the system and everything.
the system.
That portable system that we bought, yeah. So, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else over here that you. We keep like all of our gels and stuff like that for our lights upstairs.
Is this your office?
No. It's just the music office. It's kind of a multi-purpose room too, so we have meetings in here and things like that. So
It was where Steve had his.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we used to call him the Sultan because he had the palace over here.
Yeah.
Sultan Steve. Old camera that our church bought about 5-6 years ago, probably. I'm guessing. It's been around for a little while. So.
Ooh, close.
That'd be the next one.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one though.
Where's the Canon GL2? which is what we have.
Yeah, the Canon GL.
You know,
Oh, getting a couple XL1s, I can't say I was ever a big fan of those either.
They're better than GL2.
they had detachable lens,
I
right?
didn't know anything
Well,
about
that
video.
was the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still weren't that great.
But I could never get them to look good. But I, again, I didn't.
But the thing
less
that
back then.
the thing that gets me is Canon. They went with the XLH1, which is the high definition XL1, and then they went with the high definition GL series cameras. Then they scrapped the high definition XL version. So there's like no just step up, higher grade, bigger image sensor, detachable lens, nothing like that on their prosumer HD side.
Because everybody's going
The DSLR.
now.
Well, you can't use that for iMag.
No, that's true.
You
Why
can't.
not?
You can't.
Can't. It won't stay. We actually.
Won't stay on.
Motion blur.
We
Oh,
used
yeah.
we used ours to provide a feed backstage for the monitor guy during one of our services, and
Shuts
yeah,
off every 30
it's
minutes.
definitely not like there was stuff on the output that we couldn't get to disappear, and I'd have to shut the camera off and turn it back on like every 10 minutes because it'll only stay on and just be passing a signal for.
It doesn't have a
10
menu.
minutes.
If it was it on battery?
No,
You
like
ran it on
it's.
hard power.
It's the issue of they'll only record for so long. Like they'll
Oh, you
only
were
record.
recording.
No, it
That's-
wasn't recording, but
Oh.
it's the same issue. The sensor gets hot or something, and it stops. So whether it's recording or you're just in video mode and it's on, it will shut off.
Weird.
Or go into standby after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not really good for.
Put it on
Not really
high.
good for.
Well, and they're not good for motion either. For a lot of.
Too much to do.